everybody. Welcome back. This is Miss Faye, and this is my world. Today's topic is still no commitment after 20 years and kids. Still no commitment? Before we get started, I want to say welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to all the new viewers, the new subscribers, and welcome to you who have been with me from the beginning. And please excuse my appearance. I got some surgery done, but I didn't want to miss out coming and sharing this time with you. And it's healing. Every day is going to get a little better. So, and I hope that you can hear me a little better today than you could yesterday. All right, so we do have a letter. I'm going to dive right into this letter and see what she says. She entitles her letter, 21 years, no ring, and 3 kids. Okay. I have a big issue. My issue is I've been with my kid's father for over 21 years now, and still no commitment. Now, you say commitment, you mean no ring, right? He has not proposed to you. All right? But when you look at it, you have some sort of a commitment, especially if you have been living together this whole time. Or has it just been a hit and miss for 21 years? You know, that's a different thing. All right? So let's go on and see what you say. 3 kids later, 19, 14, and 3, still he doesn't seem to be ready for marriage. But to be honest, I don't believe I want to anymore. I don't see why you would. Your kids are grown now. Well, you got a 3-year-old, 19 and 14. You've been through it all. I don't see why you would want to even marry him now. A few years back, we were separated, and I moved out, and I dated a few guys and realized that maybe it may be cheaper to keep him because most guys I'd run into were either married or just wanted sex. And I'm 45. So a sexual relationship is just not what I'm looking for. So I ended up back in a relationship with my kid's dad. And that's how we got the last kid. Okay. Let's look at what you said here. you know, you kind of settle. What you did is that you separated from the man before. And you separated from him because it didn't work. It didn't work the first time around. But when you got out there, I guess the feeling somehow that you needed a man in your life, you ran into these other men who treated you worse than he did. You see? So you're just going from bad to worse, from bad to worse, from bad to worse. You're not raising your vibration and get a better quality of man. You're still dealing with the same quality of man. He seemed to be different. He worked more. He kept his home clean. So I figured he'd change. But nope. It's like as soon as we got back home together, things went bad. Yeah, people don't change like that. You know, even when men will tell you that they've changed, and you know, they'll tell you anything to get you back doing what you were doing for them before. Okay, ladies, and you take that to mean that the man really cares and loves you. when a lot of times the man is just using you for what he needs done in his life. Like cooking for him, cleaning for him, taking care of his kids, and having sex with him. That's a big job. A very big job. And a lot of women live their lives working a job like that and get nothing but abuse as payment. Nothing but abuse. You got to look at it for really what it is, okay? That's not love. So he cleaned up his house to show you that he was different. But soon as you got back with him, same thing. Nothing changed. He doesn't help me with the bills. He's always late with the rent. And I work overnight so we don't have to pay a babysitter. I completely changed my life so that we can do better. But he says the same, that he changed his life too. Ladies, this is something that you chose. You chose to stay with this man for 20-some years, him coming back and forth in your life for that length of time. You should have cut it off years and years ago. Now you got 3 babies with this man. And he feels like you finished. He feels like he got you, where you gonna go? Because men figure if they strap you down with a lot of babies, no other man is going to come in there and just scoop you up and take care of you and love you with them babies. Very few men will. Not saying it's an absolute, and no man will, but few, especially few of a certain type will. But certain type of man's not going to come in there and just scoop you up, and you got 3 or 4 kids around there. They ain't going to do it. They'll come and date you forever. Ever. And some of them will give you another baby. And never decide they're going to marry you. They didn't have that in their mind even when they came to you in the first place, ladies. But that's what you have in your mind. Because you're thinking the steps, you're thinking your date. Then you go to the next level. Maybe he'll move in. The next level, after a few years, you figure he'll give you a ring. Then y'all getting married and everything cool. But the man, if he has not expressed plans like that, then it's just in your mind, ladies, most times. And you'll give all of your time and energy to work toward a goal that's only in your mind. He hasn't signed up for it. He's just there for sex and to get out of you whatever he needs. That's it. Ladies, that's what you got to be careful of. Fantasizing a whole life in your mind that's not real. That's an illusion. And a lot of men would just go along with it because, they're getting out of it what they want. But then you're stuck for the rest of your life struggling, trying to support kids that he won't. Ladies, let's see what else you say here. You say, I completely changed my life so we can do better. But he always says the same. Always wants sex and never wants to do anything around the house. What do I do? He's not being the same man he should be, or even half the man I fell in love with. Right. Because you fell in love with the representative. Ladies, this is what I need for you to understand. when you meet these men for the first, let's say first 6 months, you're dealing with a representative. You haven't seen the real him yet. The real him. And if you have seen any sides of him already that you don't like, that's still not the worst of him. He's still showing you his best side. So you need to look at that. And if that's his best side, and it's horrible to you, then you know you don't want to be with a man like that at all. You say also, when it comes to my job, he thinks that all I care about. But I have to, because if I don't, who's going to pay the bills? And the kids' medical insurance. Yes, ladies, you have to take care of your kids. You can't depend on these men. They'll drag you right down the tube and your kids and walk away. Go start them a family someplace else. That's why I always encourage you to be independent women. Independent. Now, in your letter, I don't know if you lived with him during these 21 years or if he was just coming and going like a friends with benefits and having a baby, that kind of thing. But you were thinking that eventually he would ask to marry you? Why? Think about it in your mind. Why would he ask to marry you when he was getting everything you needed from you anyway? What benefit was he going to get from marrying you? You were giving him everything. You see, he was thinking, why should he marry you? You see, if he married you, in his mind, you would be more of a liability than a benefit. You would be more of a liability than a benefit. You would cost him more to be married to you than you're costing him not to be married to you. He's getting all the benefits out of you. And I doubt it if you're getting very little. And these men will do it, ladies, if you allow it. It's really up to you. You got so much power, but you keep giving it away because you're desperate to have a man in your life. Even if he's not doing anything for you. Even if he's not even making you happy. You still feel like you are not complete unless you got a man there. Okay? Let's finish up this letter. As I said, he still doesn't help because he still has the home that we lived in before we separated. But we also have a home we share together with the kids. But he thinks his place is more important to pay for. Oh, okay. So the first place where you all live together, he's paying for that place. But whatever place that you're in with the kids, he don't want to pay for that anymore. Okay, he thinks where he lives is more important. And you didn't go too much in why this whole situation happened or what. So I'm not going to go there. And I also helped him raise his other kids from a previous relationship. And now they're grown and treat me with no respect. When they were little, I did everything for them. Now they barely speak to me, even in my own home. It's a mess, and I'm drained. What should I do? Okay, let's see if we can shine some light on this. Okay, first of all, what is it you want? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? You are separated from him. Now, see, you do have a 3-year-old. I don't know how involved he is with the 3-year-old, but your other kids are grown. what I say is his children's attitude comes from him. Okay? If they don't respect you, it's because he doesn't respect you. They watch the dad, how the dad treats you. He gave the signal, how we're going to treat you. You know, I don't know, are you separated now? Because if you are, there's no reason for you to, you say here, before we were separated. So, there's no reason for you to keep having to deal with them if you are separated. He did not offer a commitment because he probably never wanted one. You know, there's some men out there who have families all over the place and never really commit to any woman. Some men do that. But women, you got to understand this. It's really your responsibility to protect yourself. Now, if you find yourself in a situation like this, hopefully you're sort of independent. You can financially take care of yourself, because if you can't, this can be a very painful situation. If you have to rely and beg on someone else, beg to someone else for your livelihood, it can be very tough, you see. But if you strive to have your own foundation and your own money, you can kind of navigate through these hurtful situations and still come out on the other end, come out okay. But be strong, ladies, and love yourself more, way more than you're trying to love somebody else. Stop putting all your love into these people. When these people are only out to use you, they use up your whole life. Don't allow that to happen. Now, you say here in your letter you're just 45, so you have plenty of time to pick up yourself and keep going forward. And you said here in the letter that you do have a job. Keep going forward. But these people around you are toxic. You need to clean up your environment. Clean up your energy. Back away from any kind of negative energy, because you want to improve your life, and it won't improve as long as you are around negative people. I hope that you understand the message today. I know I'm still having a little difficult talking, and I think every day is going to get a little better and a little better. So, any of you, during this time, my healing time, if I've said something that you don't quite understand, don't hesitate. Write me a letter again, and I'll go over it again as my face heals, so that you can get a clear understanding of these messages. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. Now, those of you who have questions that you would like for me to answer, my email is in the description. And also, for your affirmations and your movement for today, the link is also in the description. I appreciate all of you. I wish you all the very best, and I really hope to see you next time.